The National Unity Platform will tomorrow file a presidential election petition challenging the Electoral Commission's declaration of President Museveni's victory in the just concluded elections. Party lawyer Anthony Wameli, who will be heading the legal team, says they have gathered enough evidence to warrant the cancellation of the results, which projected President Yoweri Museveni to have won with 58% victory against his closest challenger Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu at 35%.
We are convinced as a legal team and as a party and also as the candidates' lawyers that we have enough evidence. We actually have overwhelming evidence to succeed in this particular cause if all factors remain constant, especially the independence of the judiciary.
NUP claims some of the declaration forms putting their candidate in the lead against the incumbent Museveni had been confiscated by security agencies, but some have been handed over back to the party.
The forms that were stolen were over 1,000 to the best of my knowledge, and the police returned them in photocopy form and returned less than it had captured. It released some of the people they had arrested, but some of them are still in jail. Probably one would rate, if you look at the evidence as a whole, depending on how you want to see it, one would put Kyagulanyi at about 60 to 65%.
Wameli cites red spots in the country from where the electoral fraud allegedly took place, and this forms part of the evidence to be presented before the Supreme Court of Uganda.
Especially Western Uganda, ballot stuffing, multiple voting, pre-ticking of ballot papers, intimidation and chasing away. Western Uganda, Kisoro, the whole of Western Uganda, then probably largely the whole of Western Uganda, even in the east, Eastern Uganda, Northern Uganda, across the country. We shall show votes that belonged or to have gone to Kyagulanyi that were given to other candidates, including President Museveni, and we shall show votes that were given to President Museveni that should not have gone to him.
In response, Information Minister Judith Nabakoba cautioned the public against crowding at the Supreme Court to avoid the spread of COVID-19.
Usually you realize that when people appear in courts of law, at times numbers are too big. And in the event that we have COVID-19, it is very difficult for them to manage those numbers, but also to put in provisions for them to make sure that everyone who goes there is safe. So the best was for them to come out with those guidelines. And I recall they said that in the event that maybe the judge feels that the space is not enough, they can even use the courtyard of the different courts to make sure that at least there are provisions for social distancing.
This will be the fourth presidential election petition challenging the victory of President Yoweri Museveni. In 2001 and 2006, Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye unsuccessfully challenged President Museveni's victory. In 2016, former Prime Minister John Patrick Amama Mbabazi also challenged Museveni's victory. However, this time, NUP is more optimistic about victory.
One of the key aspects that are going to be in this particular case is the recommendations, the directives of the previous case, that the previous case had particular directives to Attorney General. Whether or not they were followed is going to be a very important aspect in this cause. So the struggle continues. Regionally, one would consider the East African Court of Justice, one would consider the African Court, one would consider the International Court of Justice.
The Electoral Commission declared President Yoweri Museveni winner with 58% against his closest challenger, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, who got 35%. Jingo Francis, NTV.